Hey guys, today's video is going to be all about me brainstorming for the coming year, thinking about what curriculum we're definitely keeping and I don't know if I'm changing any, but basically like what do I do next to plan for the next 5 years sort of thing. So let's get into it. Okay, so last year when I talked about brainstorming with you guys, I was mostly focused on my oldest son's language arts and starting a writing program and combining different things and figuring out like what was going to work best for him. And it is working really well, so I'm not really thinking through that. Anyway, when I'm mostly brainstorming today is our science, our social studies, and my toddler's coming up preschool thoughts. Okay, so I'm going to start with science and social science first. Also, thinking about doing this video made me kind of curious. If you guys can comment below like the age or grade of your kids. I'm assuming that most people that watch my videos have kids that are more my boys' age, so like lower elementary. But if you have preschoolers, toddlers, and that's what you're watching for, let me know and I'll try to include more of those videos in my lineup. Okay, so science this year we did Noeo. We did Noeo Physics 1. I let them choose the topic and we really liked it, so we're gonna stick with Noeo. But okay, so I'm someone who like doesn't want, I like look to the future and I want my second grader to be able to complete all of the levels of Noeo before they're done, so it goes up to 8th grade. So since he started it when he was in 2nd grade this year, if we just did one a year and he did them all, he would be missing one. So you guys are probably like, that doesn't matter, but to me it just does. So I'm trying to figure out, like next year he'll be in 3rd grade, which is the oldest for their first 3, which is physics, biology, and chemistry. So I'm like, does he do one of those, either biology or chemistry, and then move into level 2 for all of them? Or do we, what I'm kind of leaning towards, because we're gonna finish physics early. Also, then I also think, okay, then where is my next child gonna be? Okay, and then my 3rd one is coming up and I don't wanna be running 3 sciences at the same time. So what I'm kind of thinking of doing is a biology or the chemistry. I haven't decided which one yet, at the end of the school year. So we're finishing up our science and our social science at the end of March, early April. And I love schooling in summer, like I'm fine with that. I only usually take like a month like off, and that's new as of last year. So we would have what, like 3 months, March, April, May, wait, no, May, June. We'd have like 3 months and we wouldn't have our history. So we would be doing science 4 days a week. And I think we could swing it. So anyway, then I could squeeze one of those in, which made me think of another thing. I'm just laughing at myself the whole time, sorry. Okay, about our social science, which I'll get to. But anyway, so then we could fit that in at the end, so then he wouldn't be missing any. They're both still getting a good introduction. But then I also feel like my next son, he'll be 6, so, and I think he can retain some of it, but I don't want to throw too much science at him when he's too young, and then he's not able to retain as much. But these younger years are just an introduction. They did basically do biology last year when they did the Beautiful Feet nature science. So it might not be too bad if my oldest doesn't do the younger biology. We do chemistry next year, and then the following year we do biology 1 and 2 at the same time, and then my toddler can do bio 1 with my second born, and then my oldest will do bio 2 on his own. So that's kind of what I'm thinking for science. Hopefully this makes sense. I feel like I'm kind of like, it's a lot. I write down a lot of these things over and over again. Okay. And then for social science, we really like Beautiful Feet. We did Around the World Part 1, and we'll be finishing it early. I thought about doing Around the World 2 at the end of the year too, since we have extra time, but I like taking the full year, like taking our time with it because it's really fun. But I did think, so Around the World next year. And then after that, the mid-grade Early American History. But then I was thinking, well, what if we squeeze in at the end of the year Early American History, like the youngest age? I probably wouldn't do all of the books, and maybe just like, because we did American History, like I made my own version of it last year. I think I have some videos on it. And so they got some, but I think doing the Beautiful Feet one would just be like a fun little end of the year sort of thing, because they're very interested in American history as well. So thinking of squeezing those things in at the end. But we'll see. Another Beautiful Feet one that I'm kind of interested in is the teaching character. I'll probably wait and do that next year because it has Bible included, and like compares the Bible verses to the books you're reading, and it's really sweet. And I will probably do that as like a big part of our Bible study. So I'm excited about that one. I think that's mostly all that I'm thinking about for those two. And as for my toddler, I call them toddlers when they're two. I call them toddlers till they're like 3.5. But I think toddler technically means like barely walking. Anyway, I have a video on a week of lessons with her, and I'm not sure which one I'm gonna put up first, this or that, but check my channel and that one might be up. So I was going to, I had like all this stuff in the carts ready, and then I'm just not sure. Okay, so there is Schiller Learning has a language arts program, and it's Montessori based. It's really hands-on and it's fun, and you use like one set for years. And I thought about using that with her, possibly my middle child, but he just does so well with Good and the Beautiful, but it's kind of like the same situation as my oldest where they're just flying through it. I mean, he's halfway through his kindergarten and year, and he is like a quarter of the way through his level 1 Good and the Beautiful, because it's just like really easy. But anyway, it doesn't always have to be a challenge, right? It's okay for some things to be easy. I need to just tell myself that. Anyway, so that is one language arts that I'm thinking about for her. But I want to start with the Good and the Beautiful because I've had such good results with my first two kids as far as their reading using that. I don't know if it's from the Good and the Beautiful or from all of these other activities that I do. But anyway, what I'm planning to use with her is there's a book called Doodling Dragons by Logic of English, which I also was researching, but I don't think it's my style. It's to do this, and I like a little bit more freedom. But I like that book. It has all the sounds. I have actually all three. There's Doodling Dragons, Knitting Nights, and Whistling Whales. And they just talk about letter sounds. They're really good. And then I have like the Writing Without Tears, wooden letters, which are in my week of learning, these little things with the letter cards. She has like a sand tray. She has a set of like wooden letters that you trace, the little squares. So those ones are fun for like sensory bins. And then I just put on here that I wanted to do things like color mixing with her for like, I think that's like science. And then some sort of number recognition, but I don't have like fun math ideas. So if you guys have any fun math ideas, that would be great. Singapore Dimensions has like a pre-learner thing. It's like a coloring book essentially, but has numbers throughout it. So I might get those for her, but something hands-on for math, I would love that. And then in the following years, I like Good and the Beautiful for preschool and their little handwriting book, but I also like the this is my second born, so it's old, my my first school book from Learning Without Tears. That one I think is really cute, but I don't like their older ones. I know a lot of people do though. And then Good and the Beautiful has like a cute little science out for younger years, And I kind of want to do that with her. I think it looks really sweet. I don't really typically do science with kindergarten. I only am this year with my second born because my first was, and he kind of just like tags along, but he is actually learning a lot. And he's older for his grade, whereas my other kids are born May, June, so they're like on the younger side for their grade. He's February, so to me, he's like on the older side for his grade. And that is so far what I'm thinking. And then she'll probably do Good in the Beautiful kindergarten, and then that's when I hop into my thoughts about Noeo science with her, and if she's gonna then switch and line up with my second born. So that's kind of like my current brainstorming. I'm really happy with the language arts and the math that we have going right now. I don't want to change too many things since I am going to have her, she'll be 3 next school year. So she is going to be joining us like for official lessons. Watch my week so that you can see what a lesson means. It doesn't mean she's like sitting down forced to like write for half an hour, you know? It's a few minutes, hands-on fun things. Anyway, I like getting it started early because they love it, and she literally is crying wanting to do, she calls it homework. I don't know why, and it's so adorable. Like, we don't have homework, you know, I have never used that word. So I don't know if it's from like a book or a show or something, but anyway, that's my thoughts. I will probably think of many more things after I post this video, and I'll be like, oh yeah, I was wondering about that too, but this is where my mind is. I'm really glad that I'm at a point where I am happy with the majority of the curriculum that we're using. And I'm not like constantly shopping for things because I really don't like doing that, and it's not like enjoyable. But I did that a lot the first few years because you don't feel confident about it, you know, and then you get to a place where you're just like, yeah, this is working, this is cool. So I'm only doing it for my third because probably I'm bored of the curriculum we've already done and I want to do something fresh and new. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, especially if you made it to the end. I really appreciate it. Please go check out my other videos and make sure to give it a like and subscribe. Thanks.